Well, there's really no easy way to say this, dear Interplops. I'm hesitant to get too dramatic about this, as I am at the end of the day a third-string YouTube LPer, but enough of you have enjoyed and spoken so kindly of my content over the last decade plus and been so supportive that I feel I do owe you a bit of an explanation and a proper signing off. Remember when I celebrated 10 years of playing things and hoped to go for 20? Well, I did mean it completely at the time, but it looks like we're going to have to settle for a little shy of 13. To put it more plainly, after a lot of soul-searching during my month off, I am retiring from I Played a Thing and Go With the Stream. Some of you, especially the Discord crew and others I've spoken to at length, may be aware that I've been struggling with some significant mental health issues for years. I haven't talked about my specific health issues much aside from a few private conversations, but the most debilitating of the lot these days are the anxiety disorders. Now, when it comes to YouTube and streaming, I've always suffered from a great deal of stage fright, but for years it was something I struggled and tanked my way through. Unfortunately, I have recently become sicker for reasons unclear to my doctors and I, and the stress of putting myself out there is now a lot harder to take on the chin. It's not you at all, folks. You've never been anything but kind. It's just my stupid brain turning me into a nervous wreck every time I so much as think about a recording session, let alone how I've been feeling actually trying to sit down with the mic. It's been breaking me down horribly since Alone in the Dark 2 hasn't shown any signs of improvement and just isn't sustainable on a regular basis. I've started some new medication that does provide some relief, but it makes me really sleepy, which doesn't make things any easier in itself, and the anxiety remains severe. Adding to the problem is that it's actually become harder for me to play a lot of video games even for myself, completely leaving aside the matter of recording them with commentary. Normal amounts of tension associated with gaming are something I'm having a harder time processing lately. The experience of working my way through a lot of perfectly normal games has become nerve-wracking, and more stressful games are pretty much impossible. This would really limit my options when it comes to game selection for LPing, to the point that I would likely have trouble finding things to play for the channel on an ongoing basis. Dear viewerland, I know many of you will be disappointed. There are many games I intended to LP that are now not going to happen, and I feel awful about that. I can only say that I did sincerely intend to cover them, and did not anticipate this decline in my mental health at all. You have my deepest apologies, and I do hope you'll understand. For those of you who've talked about how my videos have helped you sleep, I hope the back catalog will continue to be useful for those purposes. And for those of you who've talked about how my output has cheered you up and helped you through some hard times, I'm glad I could be of assistance, and I'm sincerely sorry I won't be able to contribute more in the future. As of press time, I plan to keep the Discord running. I've never been super chatty there, but I'll be present as usual. Naturally, I'll be unpublishing my Patreon campaign soon, and I would like to thank everyone who's ever contributed to it, especially the long-timers. I can't say enough about how much of a help you've all been in getting me through the last handful of years. It could be that I'll be in a better place health-wise someday, so a return is not completely beyond the realm of possibility. If you're subscribed and want to remain so, I'm certainly not going to spam you with videos, and maybe I'll have something to post someday, even if it's just a life update. Can't promise anything, but hope springs eternal. I suppose that's about it then. Thank you for watching all these many years, sharing your often informative and very often entertaining thoughts in the comments, and always being such a cool and supportive audience. This is a very painful decision, and I especially hate letting you all down, and I've considered multiple possibilities for keeping the show going, from format changes to how I choose the games I cover. In the end, though, I could come to only one conclusion. This is what I need to do to take care of me. Putting myself out there week after week in a way that rattles me to the guts, playing games I'm no longer able to enjoy the way I used to, if at all, well, it's just not gonna work, and again, I really hope you'll understand. Take care out there, everyone. Be good to you, keep your brain oiled because it really sucks when it breaks down, and stay sweet. This is Un, signing off, and that's the show, Hendrix.